When you're packing for a tropical itinerary, the things you want to think about is sun protection. You want to think about insects, perhaps the humidity, and if you're swimming and snorkeling, also protection from the sun and potentially a few stingers. So let's go through the layers. Most of the places that we go to could be wet landings, meaning that you're going to step right into the water to get ashore. And a lot of the time we go straight from there into a forest walk or some kind of nature walk. So the types of hiking sandals that you can get nowadays are great for in and out the water and to then continue on to your hike. And you get really great technical sandals these days from an outdoor store. Another good option is a reef or beach shoe. It is always possible to change your footwear on the beach, just going to slow you down a little bit. On the Zodiacs and on the excursions, you could either wear shorts or longer trousers, and you want something lighter colored and loose fitting, which will give you additional protection from the sun and potentially from insects as well in that kind of environment. You want them to be quick dry because you're going to get wet either from stepping into the water or from sea spray or from snorkeling, and so it's a good idea to have thinner fabrics that are cooler and they'll dry quite quickly. On your upper layer, there's really good technical shirts nowadays from a lot of the good outdoor brands. Longer sleeves, they have vents, they're breathable, they're very lightweight, they dry quite quickly. So they're going to give you the sun protection as well as protection from insects. Also, a t-shirt will go a long way provided you have good sunblock on your arms. For your hat, think about a peak cap, which is not going to flap down over your face or lift up over your head when you're driving faster in the Zodiacs. But also think about a nice wide brim hat for when you're walking on the beaches, and something that has a little drawstring around your neck is going to stay on when you are on the Zodiac. A really great thing to invest in is a pair of polarized sunglasses in the tropics, because it really helps cut the glare of the water so you can see better through the water at fish and other creatures below the surface. When you swim and snorkel, think about, of course, your swimwear, but also think about covering up from the sun and tiny little stingers in the water. And a lot of the outdoor stores will be able to sell you what's called a rash vest, which is nice for swimming, or even just a lightweight, slightly loose-fitting, thin shirt, and that'll give you that cover up from the sun and potential little stingers in the water. And one thing that's universal on expedition cruising is your day bag. You want a nice waterproof bag to put your precious items in. Your camera, your phone, your money, in a nice waterproof roll top bag that can get completely wet on the Zodiacs on occasion. And little accessory that goes a long way is a sarong, because it might act as a towel to dry you off, something to lie on the beach, something to cover up from the sun over your shoulders or around your waist. And also when we go into certain special sites where extra respect is needed, you might also need to cover up. So sarong is just something handy to put in your bag and goes a long way.